Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm John Ponick with the Mohave Valley Daily News, and this is your daily dose for Monday, February 1st. Man, January went fast. The Daily Dose is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center in Fort Mohave, Arizona. Don't wait weeks for an appointment at a local hospital. Tri-State Radiology Center offers you same-day or next-day appointments and are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Tri-State Radiology accepts most all insurances, including Medi-Cal. So for all your radiology needs, call Tri-State Radiology Center, where your image means the world to us. All right, our top story, important information about the vaccine. So we got a bunch of things going on for the vaccine here in Mohave County and in Laughlin. They're continuing at the Mohave Community College in Bullhead City, Kingman, and Lake Havasu. That's put on by Embry Health Care's Test Now. Per the county guidelines, and we've had a lot of discussion about this. I know the state says 65 and over, but 1B here in Mohave County is 75 and over. They haven't released it to 65 and over yet, just because of the limited amount of vaccines they have. So it's 75 and over. If you want to set up an appointment, you can call their helpline at 928-753-8665. They're also other providers in Mohave County are also doing it. I know D-Flat Pharmacy is doing it. We got some Safeway and a few other places. You can go to Mohave County's website at mohavecounty.us and get it on there. Or you can call their hotline at 800-401-0946. And then it was also just released that Clark County District 8 Commissioner Michael Naft said Friday that a COVID vaccination clinic conducted by the Southern Nevada Health District will be this Wednesday and Thursday at the Aquarius. It's for Laughlin residents only, age 70 and up, so they have their own age groups there, as well as frontline healthcare workers. They're doing 600 vaccinations each day, or up to 600 each day. Again, as with all these, advanced registration is required. You can call them at 702-759-0850. With all of these, with Embry, with other local providers, with Clark County, with all of them, you have to do advanced registration. On our website, if you look up this headline, Embry Continuous Vaccination Program, you can, all the links are there to go and sign up. So if you have the computer, that's the easiest way. If not, call those phone numbers that I gave you. All right. Tomorrow night there is a city council meeting. They will be discussing homelessness at a special work session prior to that. So the work session starts at 3 o'clock at city council chambers. They're going to be talking about the homeless problem in our community. You know, the Christine Stamper Center for Help and Hope has opened up. They can take 57 people a night, but there's still a lot of people that are out there. So City Manager Toby Cotter said none of these conditions make an individual experiencing homelessness any less of a human being in the eyes of the conscientious citizens anywhere. However, the condition of being homeless should not be in direct conflict with the principles dedicated to the safe and sanitary living of all community residents. So he's going to be discussing the policies that are in place, how they can make sure that these people are taken care for without infringing on the citizens of the community or their ability to utilize the parks and that. They're going to be talking about homeless shelter operations, serving food at city parks, shopping carts, feeding pigeons, obstruction of public property, placement or keeping personal property on public property, and sleeping, housekeeping, or dwelling on public and private land. I know a lot of people in the community are upset about across from community park and that BLM land over there, the homeless setting up camp out there. And it's not against the law, even though it's not pretty to look at. It's not against the law. So it's a workshop. If you are interested in attending, please go ahead and attend. Following that, at 5:30, they'll have their regular city council meeting. Some of the things they're going to be talking about is hiring a temporary city magistrate to fill in for Magistrate Pete Surreas. Judge Surreas will be taking some medical leave for a few weeks, so they're going to look at hiring somebody temporarily or filling that position temporarily. They're going to conduct a public hearing about raising the Colorado River water safety fee from $10 to $20. That's the watercraft rental fee. Discuss and potentially approve an updated list of priority bills being considered by state legislators during this session. We had talked last week about them setting their legislative agenda and what they'd like the city council to back for the year. So there's some things that have been introduced at the state legislature that they're going to discuss and decide what they're going to you would like the city council to back or to oppose. And then, of course, City Manager Cotter's report, including updates on COVID, the EPCOR water condemnation process, and the new trail connecting Bullhead City and Laughlin. We've seen a lot of pictures of that is moving along. President Biden is still working on the COVID relief bill. We talked about it last week. It's at $1.9 trillion. The Democrats are happy with it. The Republicans want more of a targeted number. Their number actually this morning is at $600 billion. So a little bit less than a third of what the Democrats want to put in there. Probably the biggest sticking point seems to be the $1,400 additional relief to anybody making $75,000 or under, or $150,000 for a family and under. The Republicans want to drop it down to $50,000 per year, and families capped at $100,000 per year. I think for a good chunk of the country that might be fine, but when you talk about communities like ours, that's kind of a low number for communities like ours. But he's invited 10 Republican senators to come and meet with him. Remember, he doesn't need to do that. They can push it through on what's called budget reconciliation, having a simple majority. And right now the Senate is 50-50, Republicans and Democrats. Kamala Harris, as the vice president, would be casting the deciding vote. So they could get it through. He's trying to come to some sort of agreement with the Republicans, kind of trying to do a bipartisan bill. But it sounds like he's pretty stuck on what it is that he wants to do. Staying in politics, I know because we all love it so much. Arizona Republican Party chair rejects election audit call. We had talked about it last week that the Arizona Republican Party chairwoman, Kelly Ward, won her re-election as the chair. It was challenged last week. She is saying that there's no leg to stand on when it comes to having a audit of it because no one challenged the election on the day of the election. However, the Republican committeeman, Trey Terry, said that no one complained because the actual vote totals weren't released until Thursday. So they had until Thursday to challenge it. The results weren't released until Thursday. According to him, that violates meeting rules. So we'll see where it goes from there. Sergio Arellano lost by 42 votes to Ward. And he said, the irony is we both ran on election integrity. Now that we are simply requesting an audit of the turnout, it's kind of odd that it's not being adhered to. So we'll see if they move forward on that. In sports, Lady Patriots lose, boys win again. So the Malk Lady Patriots, they went to 0-4 after losing 53-23 to the Mare Wildcats. Bronte G had 6 points and 7 rebounds for the Patriots. The boys are kind of in the opposite boat. They moved to 5-0 with a 75-30 win over Mare on Friday. Our reigning athlete of the week, Aiden Honegger, led the team with 28 points. So They next play tomorrow night at Baghdad, both the boys and the girls. The Dust Devils, the boys basketball team down at River Valley, they played their third game in 3 days, and that's kind of one of the things we looked at with this compressed schedule, trying to get all of the spring in, along with all the playoffs and everything else, that we were going to get some condensed schedules, and that's where they're at. They lost to Trivian Prep 58-29 to move to 2-2, and it was their third game in 3 days, so they're kind of beat up. So they got a few days to rest before Wednesday they head off to Parker. We have an announcement here. We have, and Jeff's going to bring it up here, a party going on down at Los Lagos Golf Club. If you're not aware, Drifting Bistro is now running the food and beverage the food down there at Los Lagos. And see how it says join us for the big game, Jeff?
I do.
You know why that is?
It's the big game.
Yes, but you are not allowed to use in your advertising because it's trademarked now. You're not allowed to.
Right?
Don't use those words. Oh, man, here comes a fine. So join them for the big game. February 7th, it's at Los Lagos. It's a $10 for the wristband. It automatically enters you into the cornhole tournament if you would like. There's food and beverage discounts. There's prizes. I know that he's going to build on, you can get one of those big, like stadiums. It's a stadium full of food. And I know that he's going to be making one of those. Have you ever had Drifting Bistro food?
I have not, but I've heard they're very good.
God. Between that and Mioni's, and there's a couple other people in town, but it is so good. So he's going to build this stadium where the field is going to be a 7-layer dip, right? So the top layer is going to be guacamole, green like the grass, and then all the other stuff going on in there. And then all the way around it is going to be wings and different, meatballs and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, Robert Hazelgrove is an amazing chef. He does a lot of different events. We've done a few different events together here in town, and the food that he makes is just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Now I'm hungry.
Huh?
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, sorry. He's also going to have in one of the rooms. I mean, they got TVs all over the place, so the game's going to be all over the place. The big game. But in one of the rooms, they're going to have a projector, and it's going to be projected up on the one of the big walls there. So it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. A lot of prizes and that, and it's $10. So you can. I'm not sure if you can buy tickets in advance or if you have to do it that day. But if you want to do it in advance or give it a shot anyway, you can call them at 928-768-7778. So, all right. Weather-wise, it's supposed to be mid-60s, mid to upper 60s today. No funky stuff, no no rain. Everything should be good. And then actually it's warming up over the next couple of days. I think by Wednesday they're talking 78, 79 degrees. So it should be nice. So hope everybody has a great day. Welcome to February. Remember, this is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center in Fort Mohave, Arizona. Tri-State Radiology Center offers same or next day appointments, and they accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. They have a wide-open MRI and offer digital x-rays with your reports ready in 24 hours. So call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. All right, everyone. Have a great Monday. Do your best anyway. And hopefully we'll see you here tomorrow. Thanks, Jeff.
Taco Tuesday.